Welcome, people. Welcome. All right. Now, we're going to do something a bit different. We're going to go ahead and start talking about this new update, if you will. Because I got a lot of people speculating. So, now, a lot of people want to talk about this new update that IGG and Lords Mobile have teased. So, I put together this little panel, if you will. I want to see what you guys have to say about it. I want to see what kind of ideas you guys are thinking, and then I'll give you what I hope it is. Saying I'm praying that this is not T5 troops update. I don't even have T4. I see that a lot of people are thinking that this is T5. Like, oh my god, T5, T5, but I don't really see how people are getting T5 out of this. So let's just go ahead and start from the beginning, right? So Lords Mobile posted this picture, and what they put was, rumor has it that Lords Mobile is preparing the biggest update of 2019 so far. We've heard whispers about new forces on the battlefield and something about brand new strategies. More clues will be released soon. Stay tuned. Now, I get it. New forces, everybody freaks out. Oh my god, T5, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, technically, it could be T5. But the key thing that I want to make sure that you guys understand, it says brand new strategies. T5 would bring no brand new strategies. It would just be a bigger tier, a higher hitting troop. There's no new strategy on that. There wouldn't be any new strategy on that. The picture also puts troops against familiars. Now it could also just be familiars versus familiars, which I feel is more of the right way to think. I'm expecting familiar attacking with troops. That's a very big... I feel like you're in the right track. If anything, here's what I would say. Right now we have 5 heroes that we can send into a battle, right? But we have 3 troops. So even if you send a mixed march, there's always going to be one troop that has 1 less hero. So if you send a mixed march, and even if they're all army attacks, remember, there are squads, and squad attacks do matter. So if you send a mixed troop type with the 5 heroes, 2 of them are going to be, let's say, calves. The other one's going to be 2 inf, and only 1 range. So you're still missing 1. So with something like this, if they allow a familiar, and this familiar, let's say, boosts a specific troop type or joins a squad, etc., that could balance things out. Because you can send 2 infantry heroes, 2 cav heroes, 1 range hero, and a range familiar, and it'll kind of even it all out. But it also says brand new strategies. So I'm wondering if maybe they're going to be allowing you to set a familiar in your wall to kind of boost your troops. Because if I can attack with 1 familiar helping me, I should be able to defend with a familiar helping me. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like that's what I would want to see from this. But we'll see. New researches. I could see more researches because the game is always pushing out new researches. I guess the biggest question would be is, would you use your own familiars that you've been training for the last, I don't know, how long has it been? Like a year? Maybe more? Would you use the familiars that you've been training up, or are these going to be completely separate ones? I don't know. It'll be kind of interesting. You didn't get a notification? Well, it's YouTube. What can you expect? Will familiars boost the troop stats? Well, okay. Listen to this. What if somehow you're able to actually dictate what the familiar does in the battle? Or maybe like real-time battle. Not like necessarily attacking a castle, but you understand, like Colosseum, right? Colosseum, you pick your heroes, you hit go, and you have no control. What if it's a sort of Colosseum type of thing, but instead of just heroes, you can control troops, heroes, and you have spells and things like that that you can actually control and dictate the battle. This actually reminds me of Iron Throne. Iron Throne has a game mode that's very similar to this, and people love it. So there's a bunch of different ways that they can go about this, but the one thing I do not want is T5. Like, we don't need higher tier troops. We just don't need that. It's a new type of troop called what? Stun? No, 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 no. That sounds terrible. Increase attack and troop type attack. Well, that's not necessarily that's not new strategies though. We're talking about research and boosting troops and whatnot, but that doesn't necessarily bring any sort of new strategy. What they're basically referring to here is that something that's going to be changing the game. Now, if it's just attacking, I guess I don't know. Is it going to be a completely different game mode? I guess we'll see, but it definitely says new forces on the battlefield. So there has to be some tweaks in the attacking and defending portion, and I feel like familiars are going to be a big part of that, because if it wasn't, why would they put familiars in the picture? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're going to make Siege relevant, because if you see there is actually some explosions in Siege, like cannonballs or fireballs or whatever the hell that is. That's coming down. So maybe Siege might be a little bit relevant. Maybe Siege won't be countered by everything. Maybe Siege is neutral to everything, and that would make them more relevant. Huh. Middle pay-to-play can't keep up. I know. It's funny how all the free-to-play players are the ones complaining, where most of this stuff doesn't even, it doesn't even affect them. But the middle pay-to-play players, they're the ones that are really starting to, stay behind. Familiar jewels, we kind of have that, but that's nothing new per se. That's not necessarily new. But yeah, all the free-to-play players that complain, it's like, well, most of this stuff doesn't even, like, it doesn't affect you. Like, these new heroes with the wonder battles and all that, the extra wonder research and all that, that doesn't affect free-to-play players. It affects the people that are barely keeping up. I want to play Lords Mobile, not a different game. I just got to think about that. Well, just because something is new doesn't mean that it's going to stop being Lords Mobile. Like, they're not introducing a brand new game. And think about it. A new game mode would be amazing. The game is getting what's the word? It's becoming pretty much, you just log in, you do a couple of things, and you log out. There's little reason for you to actually stay logged in for long periods of time. So a new game mode that will have you logging in every couple hours or whatever, that would actually bring back a lot of excitement. Have they made the heroes mythic yet? No, I don't think they're going to go that route, to be honest. It's not needed. All this mythic stuff is not needed. So, yeah. I've given up on gear and just became a rally filler. But that's what I'm saying. The rally leaders that were kind of like in the middle of the pack are becoming rally fillers again, because of all these updates. So whereas free to play, they're playing the same as they always did. So it's not like this huge change for them. But the new forces on the battlefield and something with brand new strategies, the brand new strategies is where it got me excited, because that means it's going to be something new. So they have to come up with different ways to keep people engaged, because once a game, especially like Lords Mobile, it hits its 3 or 4 year range, it starts to get a little repetitive. And even though it's always been repetitive, if you really think about it, people have always have found out a reason as to why to log in. But after so many years of doing the same thing, you start kind of like, log in, start construction, start research, troop train, Coliseum, okay, we're good, log out. And a lot of people are starting to do that. Now, if you're like a rally leader and things like that, you got other things to worry about, like scouting for potential targets, rallying, etc., etc. But for the majority of all the other players, you just kind of log out. So if it's a new game mode or a different mechanic for attacking people, especially if you can try it out first in like Darkness, that'd be great. That'd be great. But yeah, if it's familiars, I would feel like just one familiar would be okay. Um, because like I said, you have 5 heroes, which is an odd number already. Like literally, it's an odd number. So if you add the familiar, it makes it 6. With 3 different troop types, you can have an equal amount if that familiar is gonna help like one specific troop type. Like for instance, the rhino, the rhinoceros, that's obviously gonna be calves. Stuff like that. You got Bon Appetit, she's obviously gonna be ranged. So it's just stuff to think about. New forces doesn't necessarily need to be new troops. That'll be the wackiest update. Like, oh, new troops, who cares? Like, new troops does not equal new strategies. That's why I'm holding out hope that this is not T5. Everybody's hopping in this T5 train like, oh my god, T5, T5. People have been saying that T5 is coming out for years. Literally years. And this is not the time to bring them out right now. Just saying. But T5 would not bring new strategies. So it has to be something different than just a higher tier troop. I don't think so. It has to be something that's going to change the way that you attack, that you defend, things like that. Siege Phalanx and Siege Wedge for the win. Well, technically, a big way that they can actually fix Siege is instead of everything countering Siege, for Siege to just be neutral. If Siege is neutral, then they're much more viable. Because all of a sudden, if you just want to save hit, maybe you send full Siege. You know? I've seen them picks, and they've actually been around before. They're not new. So unless this update has been in the works for like a long time, those picks are not new. I've seen them before. So and you can tell that like their quality is so low. It's not something that I would believe, especially since I've seen them before a long time ago. Yeah. T5 means more research. Honestly, I feel like whatever it is will probably be more research. But if it is familiars attacking with your troops, and you have to decide like what familiars to send in each different situation, like maybe one familiar will help you bypass the front line and attack the middle line. Something like that, like yo, that could change the game in an interesting way. Think about it. Like if you use the Griffin, now I'm just spitballing here, but what if you use like the Griffin familiar, and this allows your troops to go past the front line and drops your troops right into the middle. So if you hit somebody in infantry phalanx, you use the Griffin familiar, it'll drop you right in the middle of the cast instead of going past the infantry. That would be quite. Actually, I kind of like that. I don't know. That would be kind of interesting. New gear would be dope. Yeah, but like I said, new gear, it's not a new strategy. Like, new strategy has to be something that isn't already in the game. Because if it's in the game already, it's not a new strategy. Like, tier 5, that won't bring any new strategy. Outside of, like, well, everybody's on tier 5 now instead of tier 4. So, I don't know. We'll see. But I figured I wanted to go ahead and talk about it because, first of all, I gotta be leaving pretty soon. But I wanted to address it because everybody, I'm telling you, so many people are talking about tier 5 troops. I'm quitting the game, blah blah blah, and it's like, yo, relax. I mean, a couple of chats where people are just going bonkers over something like this, and it's like we don't even know what it is yet. Do y'all remember? I want to take you guys back. Do y'all remember when one of the first familiars was introduced and it was the Grim Reaper? Do y'all remember the chaos that cost? Like, oh, Grim Reaper will kill your tier 4 troops even if you're shielded. Oh my god, I'm gonna be zeroed even if I'm shielded. I'm quitting the game. I'm selling my account. Blah blah blah. Oh my god, IGG's breaking the game. Grim Reaper comes out. How many times have any of you been hit with the Grim Reaper familiar? Tell me, how many times? It was basically an irrelevant thing that people legit quit the game, sold their account, didn't understand, so they just had an overreaction. And that's why I say when something like this comes out, before we have the information, and even if we do have the information, wait until it comes into the game and you see it in action, because people overreact. People overreact. So, and we don't even know what this is yet, and people are already talking about quitting. Like, relax. Relax. Just relax. Just calm down. Let's see what this is going to be first. Let's see it in action first. And if it completely breaks the game for you, which I don't see how something like this will break it if we have Mythic Champion and 11k and blah, blah, blah already. Like, this is where you draw the line. This will be where you draw the line? Really? But, again, I highly, highly doubt it's going to be T5. Now, if they add, like for instance, ASD says new gear slot for extra hero. I don't know about gear slot, but if they add a 6th hero, that would actually be pretty interesting. So, this update will probably come out before Emperor. Because you know before Emperor, that's where most updates come out, and that's where the cha-ching is. Because all those rally leads have to have the best of the best in order to compete. So, it is not going to be T5. At least I am 90% certain that it's not going to be T5. Because it's not going to be anything new. So, I don't know. Just wanted to see what you guys are thinking and kind of like tell the community as a whole to just relax on the T5 thing. We've been speculating T5 for 2 years. There's nothing here that tells you, oh my god, it's definitely T5. There's nothing. I'm just most excited about the brand new strategies. That's what I'm really excited about. Celestial gear. No, there's no way. There's no way they're going to... Plus, that's not going to be... That's not a new force in the battlefield or a new strategy. So, I don't think he has to deal with gear or research or anything like that, because that's not new. It has to be something new to the game to actually... For them to say this, it has to be completely new to the game. Not a new tier or something that we already have. That wouldn't make sense. Mythic Jewels, again, wouldn't make sense because it's not a new strategy. It has to be something brand new. But yeah, I feel like familiars will just act like a hero. And maybe I can put a familiar on my wall to oversee my 5 heroes. That would be cool. 1 minute rally, yeah, that's never going to happen. Actually, you know what? I'll take that back. 1 minute rallies actually do exist, just not in the game. There are actually 1 minute rallies in tournaments, Lords Mobile tournaments. When I went to Hong Kong for that Lords Mobile tournament that they held, they actually did have 1 minute rallies, 2 minute rallies, etc. But it's because the timing was way shorter. So a minute rallies are a thing, just not in the actual playable servers, your normal servers. But that's actually 1 minute rallies is going to be something that's going to be in Lords Fest this weekend, which I still have not packed for. I don't really need to pack much, so it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, if I can attack with a familiar, I definitely should be able to defend with a familiar. Just saying. What do we got here? Hold on. Let me read this. Hey, if I got a bunch of chests to open, want to do it in live anytime soon? Yo, sick. Appreciate the donation, man. I'm actually going to be leaving for a bit, which is why I'm doing this live stream. But depending on your time zone, we can definitely do it. The time zone is really what messes a lot of stuff up, because a lot of people are like 12 hours ahead of me, 6 hours behind me. It's crazy. But message me online, chat, and we can definitely like hammer out a time. For sure. I'm always down for that. It's been shown on and on in darkness rallies. Yeah, but remember, in darkness rallies, they're not familiars. In darkness rallies, they just act as heroes. So just because you have like the Rhino and this and that in the rallies, doesn't necessarily mean that that's how it's gonna work. Because remember, if when you go to a darkness, there's 5 of them. So that means that they're just acting as heroes. They're just placeholders. But if they take that and include it with your additional heroes, then you have something. Especially if they have like a different ability. Like what if finally, because remember when when a lot of these players send Prima Donna into battle thinking that Prima Donna is gonna heal their troops. What if one of these familiars heals some of your troops when you reach like 50% morale and it starts healing your troops for a bit? Yo, some of these ideas are pretty damn good. I'm just saying. Because that familiar, you can then use it to defend your castle. And then it'll save your troops if you get hit. Like, that would absolutely change the game. And it will make hitting people, taking rallies, etc. really interesting. But again, what do I know? I'm just speculating at this point. Anything other than a higher tier of something that we already have. But I think they already pretty much they pretty much said that. Brand new strategies. So I'm just gonna go with that, I guess. We'll just go with that. But yeah, once this live stream posts as a video, definitely leave a comment to let me know what you guys think so far. But it does says more clues will be released soon. Stay tuned. So I'm guessing maybe in about a week. By the way, I'm rocking my old Castle Clash shirt. Look at this. Throwing it back to the Castle Clash days. The best hero in Castle Clash right here. Best hero in Castle Clash. What I was gonna say, now that it reminds me of Castle Clash, that in Castle Clash they did a lot of these like sneak peeks, and they would tell you something, and they'll be like, "Stay tuned," and within like 3 or 4 days, they'll give you another clue, and then 3 or 4 days later, they'll give you another one, and then they'll give you all the update details. So maybe in about a week and a half, we'll have some more of that. I guess we'll see. But new Wonder Gear, that really wouldn't change anything though. But yeah. Anyway, like I said, I just wanted to go ahead and talk to see what you guys thought about this new update. And now I guess we'll wait until we got more information on this, because right now it's all speculation. It's all speculation. But yeah, we'll go ahead and end the stream here. My cat has been watching my laptop. She's just been watching bird videos on YouTube. Cats are weird. If you want to see it, add my Snapchat. It's John Furman. But yeah, we'll go ahead and end the stream here. Relax, people, with all the T5. T5 is probably the least probable thing that it's going to be. It's not going to be a new tier of anything. At least I hope so. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.